Alrighty, let's say we get started here and let's browse around for some products. So step one in this whole process is we just need some random ideas that we need to throw on a spreadsheet and we can refer to later. So there's really no brilliance or huge strategy involved in this first step. We are just going to throw some ideas on a piece of paper and let them fall where they may. So as you recall from one of the previous videos, let's just go to the best sellers, right? Let's just go to open up another tab, Amazon best sellers, and let's just browse around. So let's just literally go department by department. Of course, we're going to exclude the departments that don't make any sense or have any application to us as sellers, which certainly are, Amazon's own devices and things like that, books and CDs. Just use your common sense. So let's just start with automotive. What are the best sellers in automotive? So, let's just jot stuff down, guys. And in the real world, I will have a spreadsheet like this. Product ideas, right? So let's just go auto for short. Make that bold, give it a little color. Okay, so anything that looks interesting to us. We got towels. Doesn't really interest me a whole lot. Maybe some sunshades, huh? Let's just jot it down. Window sunshades. Okay. We got an air purifying bag, an odor eliminating bag. Number 2. We got, we don't want to sell this. Too much liability. This is just me, real world, how I think of things. Car windshield sunshade, we already got that. That seems to be a hot selling product for sure, since there's 2 in the top 5. We don't want to sell brand specific items like this. We're private labeling our own branded items. Window shades again. Microfiber mitt, wash mitt. Might be interesting. Micro wash mitt. Okay. All right. More cloths. And if you notice, these microfiber cleaning cloths here at 15 and also these ones at number 1, they're both by Amazon Basics. And if you don't know what that is actually Amazon's own third-party, private label brand. So the fact that they are dominating this particular product on both accounts, that's just an immediate red flag for me and should be for you as well. We don't want products that have a lot of direct competition with Amazon because, that's just not really a winning proposition. So let's go ahead and eliminate that one. And this is really real world how fast this process can be. Let's see. Picnic mat. That's interesting, huh? Just type in a picnic mat. And it's amazing. You'll notice how many products are out there that you just never thought of. Picnic mat. Baby car mirror. Let's do a baby car mirror and let's go to page 2. Power inverter. Sure, why not? Baby car mirror, power inverter. So, my goal with this process is to get 2 to 5 to 10 products in every category. So that's auto. We can keep going into baby, into kitchen, into sports, into clothing, into beauty, into health. You can keep going as you please. And this is as simple as that is. Again, this is just a rough draft. No specificity here, just idea generation phase, just to get your mind sort of programmed and wired for this game. And that's why we're starting a bit slow. I want you to do this for every single category. Give me at least 2 to 5 products per category. Jot it down on a spreadsheet, and then I will show you within the next coming videos exactly how to do this process very, very fast and more accurately. And number 2, where to go from there. What's the next step? How do we boil it down? How do we dwindle? How do we cut the losers and get more winners on our hands? So with that being said, let's get into the next video, guys. How you doing, guys? Hope all is well. So this is going to be, without a doubt, one of the most important videos of the whole entire course. And the reason I am showcasing it at the beginning of this module before we actually get into product selection and how to pick a winning product, all that kind of stuff. I showcased this before because it truly is that important. And what do I mean? Well, you need to know every single number, every single cost, every single expense that as it pertains to sourcing and selling an Amazon FBA product. And this never gets talked about among, even inside of paid courses, to the extent that I'm going to be explaining it in the video here. And the reason it's so important is because it can set you up in the future for years to come, and it can have such a drastic impact on the direction and forecast of your business long term if you don't know these types of things. I didn't know these types of things when I first began. I wish I did. Luckily for me, I've only selected and sourced products even from the very beginning that luckily, ticked all the boxes that I'm going to show you in today's video. But for a lot of people, they're not that fortunate. And I'm here to make things as clear as humanly possible so you can avoid any of the shortcomings or pitfalls that inexperienced sellers have to experience all the time. So we need to know what our numbers are. So let's go over to this sheet. And by the way, you're going to be getting this sheet for 100% free. It's going to be below this video as a Google Sheet. As you see here, I'm going to be sharing it with you, so you can refer to it whenever you like. So everyone likes to talk about profit margin when it relates to their product. That's all they care about. That's all they obsess over is profit margin. And that's understandable. It's a very important metric in regards to your product, in regards to your overall profitability, no doubt about it. So what exactly is your profit margin? Well, that's just basically if you were to sell a product for $20 and it costs you $10, everything included, every single expense was $10, cost of the product, Amazon fees, everything like that, then you'd have a 50% margin, right? It's because you'd be making 20 and putting in 10, so 50% margin. That is generally a very good profit margin on Amazon. In fact, there's not many people who do over 50%. 50% is pretty amazing. You can achieve more than 50% if you sell really high ticket goods, like, that cost maybe a couple $100s. But then you also have to take into account the fact that those high priced, high ticket items are usually going to be bigger and bulkier unless you're selling like an iPhone, which you probably aren't going to be. So I digress, but let me get into what actually ROI is. So again, everyone always obsesses over profit margin and things like that, but ROI is a insanely important statistic and piece of data that, if you know, is going to set you up for the future. Let me explain. So what is ROI? Well, ROI is return on investment, and how to find that number is you take your profit per unit and divide it by the landed cost per unit. What is landed cost? Landed cost is the total all-in cost that it costs you to source the product. So that includes the product, that includes the shipping, that includes your logo, that includes your packaging, that includes any sort of miscellaneous expenses that might be along the way, for customs or freight. Absolutely everything needs to be baked in. That's your landed cost. So example, if you're making $7.82 profit per unit and you divide it by a $2.25 landed cost, you arrive at 3.475. Multiply that by 100 to arrive at a percentage, and you're at a 347% ROI. On a larger scale, again, this is really what you need to get out of it. On a larger scale, that means if you invest $10,000, you're going to get $44K out of it. Now, that's a pretty insanely good investment or return on your investment, wouldn't you say? And 347% is just for the example purpose. That's not going to happen for you in the real world. It's going to be it could, right? I'll never say never, but 347% is a bit outrageous. But for the example, I wanted to make it so. Now, why is this so important to dial this in? Well, because two products can have the very, very same profit margin, but totally different ROIs. So let's say you boil it down to two winning potential products that you want to go all in on, source from China, plunk down a few $1,000s, and you're like, man, like which product should I go with? They both have a 30 or 40% profit margin. Like they both have they're both going to make me the same amount of money, right? So it doesn't really matter, right? That's what you would probably be saying to yourself. And you wouldn't be an idiot. I'm not calling you stupid in any way. You just don't know any better. So you don't know what you don't know. And what I'm about to show you will completely clarify things, and you'll be able to pick a clear-cut winner with no problem, even if the two products have the same identical profit margin. So I'll get to what the FBA calculator is in a second and where you can get it, but this is the example that's going to blow your mind. So let me get to it right now. So we have a dog bowl and a camping tent. Okay. So in the hypothetical scenario, these are the two products that I've boiled it down to. I'm going to go all in on one of these products, so which is going to be the better decision. So the sale price of the dog bowl is $14.99. These are all the fees, profits, losses associated with Amazon. And I'm going to show you in 1 minute exactly how you can find all these numbers that you see here on the screen, so don't worry about that. So the sale price of the dog bowl is $14.99. The 15% referral fee, that is Amazon's cut. No matter what product you sell on Amazon FBA, they take a 15% referral fee. That's just how it is. That's their cut. Monthly storage is a few cents per month per unit. FBA fees. Now, what is FBA fees? FBA fees are the costs that Amazon charges you for them to ship your item, pick it, pack it up, and ship it to your customer once they buy it. Because once somebody buys, and it's Amazon Prime, your product is going to get shipped from the Amazon warehouse. You're not going to see, touch, or do anything. It's all going to be on an automated basis, which is why this business is so amazing. But of course, in order, Amazon needs to charge you something in order to provide that amazing service. That's the FBA fee. What's the landed cost per unit? I just explained that. That's just your product cost, but including absolutely everything like shipping, packaging, logo, all of that stuff. So how do we know what our profit is? Well, we have to take our sale price of $14.99, subtract it, okay, by our total fees. So that $10.53 number you see are all the fees above added up. And that comes out to $4.46 profit per unit, like net profit. That's net profit. What's your profit margin? How do you calculate your profit margin? Well, you take that net profit number of $4.46 and you divide it by your sale price of $14.99. So you have exactly a 30% profit margin on this dog bowl. Not terrible, not amazing, but pretty standard, especially for your first order and first product. 30% is certainly not bad. And there's one other thing we need to find now, okay? What's our ROI? What's our return on investment? And remember how we find that? I showed you at the top. We have to take our profit per unit and then divide it by our landed cost. And 4.46 divided by 2.2 is 202% ROI. Very good ROI, actually. Anything over 200% is pretty good. So we have everything dialed in for the dog bowl. We know exactly what to expect before we even begin to invest a penny into this product. Is that not valuable information? Okay, let's go over the camping tent and just run over this comparison example. Sale price is $40, much more high-ticket item. The 15% of $40 is $6 because obviously 40 is a higher number than $14.99. Monthly storage is a little bit more. I'm surprised it's not more than that, even, to be honest with you, because it's a big item. But anyway, 33 cents. FBA fees are $11.55. That's because it costs Amazon more to actually pick and pack and ship out the item due to its size. And the landed cost per unit is $10 all in for this big camping tent. So what's our profit? $40 sale price minus the total expenses above, which is $27.88. We're making $12.12 profit per unit. What's our profit margin on that? Well, $12.12 divided by 40, which is our sale price, right, is a 30% margin. So these two products have the same identical profit margin. They're vastly different in size, shape, appearance, cost, everything, right? But they actually do have the same margin in this example. And again, this is purely an example. These may not actually be, this is just for example purposes. I just want you to know that. So yeah, they both have a 30% margin, but the thing you need to pay attention to is right below that, the ROI. So 202% for the dog bowl, but for the camping tent, look at how high our landed cost is compared to the dog bowl. It's $10 compared to $2.20. It's killing us for this example, right? It's killing us because if we take 12 profit divided by 10, we're only at a 121% ROI. Big difference in the dog bowl. It's almost half. I mean, that's a massive difference. And before I go further, let me show you how to actually find all these numbers with the click of a button. Okay. So you see Amazon now. I typed in camping tent into Amazon. I am going to scroll down to the Coleman tent. And now that we're on the Coleman tent product page, there are 2 Chrome extensions that you can go with. So this right here, AMZ Scout FBA calculator, you can literally type that into Google. It's called it's an FBA calculator, and watch what happens when I click it. Okay, it's amazing, right? We can input our product cost. We can input our shipping cost. Don't worry about CPC or taxes. It even puts in the price. This guy's selling it at $53.50, so that's why you see this number here. You can adjust this price to whatever you plan on selling your product at. Product weight, it already knows because it's tapped into the Amazon ecosystem. Product size, it already knows the dimensions. It already knows the monthly storage fees. It knows the pick and pack. It knows the Amazon 15% referral fee right here of $8. It even can estimate its monthly unit sales. So this guy's apparently selling 2,400 of these tents a month. And it even sums it all up down here: total FBA fee, margin impact, ROI, estimated monthly profit. Now, why is this so high right now? Why is this so high, right? Why is the ROI actually infinity? It's because we actually haven't put in our product costs. So we're not going to worry about shipping costs because remember, we baked everything in and called it our landed cost at $10. So that includes the shipping. So we're going to put in 10. Now the numbers are going to be a little bit more accurate. So 2366 margin impact, ROI is 236%. Estimated monthly profit is $56,000 for this example. Now this tool is great and all. This tool is great. It's a great FBA calculator. It can give you most of the information. But I want to show you an FBA calculator now that is even better. And don't worry, they're both 100% free. This FBA calculator that I'm about to show you though was just recently made, and it was designed by one of the best people in this entire business. His name is Ben Cummings. He is a legendary Amazon seller. He's a great guy, and I trust anything that he puts out because he is an upstanding guy and only puts out the best quality content and softwares, anything like that. So I'm going to show you his software, and I'm also going to show you where to get it. It's totally free. Hopefully he would even enjoy me giving him a few referrals. So this is what the Chrome extension will look like. It's called the Ultimate FBA Calculator. Again, I'll have a link to it underneath this video. You just go to bencummings.com. But it's more accurate. The reason I like it is because it's more accurate, it's more user-friendly, and it's just easier for me to read. So let me click that. Okay, so this is what the Ultimate FBA Calculator looks like. This is the one I recommend. This is the bad boy right here, okay? So we have the dimensions. Well, maybe it looks weird like that. We have the dimensions. We have the weight. We have the outbound shipping weight. We know the size tier. The price automatically gets put in. We have the estimated time in storage. I would just leave this at 1 because if you follow all the instruction throughout this course, you're not going to have things sitting in inventory for more than a month because we're going to be selling. Unit manufacturing cost. We're going to put this at $10. Now remember, the $10 includes the shipping. So below this, you see estimated freight cost. This is the estimated freight cost of what a normal, typical freight shipment will cost you. It's $200 per cubic meter. Now, for the sake of this, we're not going to be doing freight. and we already know our landed cost, which includes shipping. So I'm going to go ahead and put this at 0. Now we know for a fact everything that we're making. So we know our storage fees. It even calculates the slightly higher storage fees in the peak months of the year, which is October through December. We know our FBA fee. We know our 15% referral fee. We know our ROI, and we know our profit margin. And we even know the ROI and profit margin within the peak months of the year, October through December. So 236% ROI. We're making $23 profit per unit and a 44% margin. So incredible value, incredible knowledge to know. That's where you get all these, and that's where you get these numbers right here, okay, in literally the click of a mouse button. Okay, so remember, link below this video will take you to this page where I think you just have to input your email, and you will get sent this software. It's an amazing software. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend anything Ben Cummings puts out. So that's that. So this is the real staggering lesson that I'm going to get to right now. This is where you got to pay attention right here. So we know all this information. We're going to do a little forecast. So if we were to source both these products side by side, what would that monetary forecast end up looking like over the course of time? Okay. Again, we both have a 30% margin. Our profit per unit sold is $4.46. Profit per unit sold is $12.12. Our landed cost $2.20. Landed cost $10. ROI is $202 for the dog bowl. ROI is $121 for the camping tent. Look at what your money can turn into and transform into over time. We can turn $10,000 into $30,000 based on this 202% ROI. The $30,000 then becomes $90,000. The $90,000 then becomes $270,000. The $270,000 then becomes $810,000. That is where it really starts to snowball, right? Because we have such a high ROI. I hope that makes sense, right? So 202% ROI of 10,000 is 30. You know, I'm rounding, obviously. It's not going to be exactly 30, but I hope you get the point there. But look at the difference with the 121 as compared to the 202. Our 10,000 only gets turned into 22. Our 22 gets turned into 46. Our 46 gets turned into 101. Our 101 gets turned into 222. Do you see this difference right here? This right here, right, is absolutely insane. This dog bowl is going to allow you to scale and profit so much faster than this camping tent. Okay, this camping tent is going to be a lot more cash flow intensive, a lot more capital intensive on your end. This dog bowl is going to cost you less money and make you more money. You know, it's absolutely insane. This is why I highlighted this video at the beginning of this module, to just give you this idea, get your mindset in the right place. So when we actually go and we start researching and picking products to sell, you can enter that process with a totally different frame of mind than if you were to enter that process without knowing this information, right? You're going to be looking at things way differently now, aren't you? And you're going to be looking at things like a savvy, seasoned seller right off the bat. Honestly, this is one of the most important videos of the whole course. Ridiculous amount of value in this training session. I hope you can understand that. So in the next videos, I'm actually going to get into some specific strategies, how we're actually going to go out there and pick our products. And a lot of this, what I just explained in this video, ties into that and is going to pre-frame your mind and plant the seed for what to look out for. So again, check out below this video for any of the resources I mentioned, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, so the number one most important thing is demand. And I know that sounds super basic and high level, but we are going to break that down. So demand is without a doubt the most important factor when you decide what product to sell. You need to know that customers are searching, looking for, and buying the product that you're going to source. That's just the most important thing. I mean, you need to make sales, you need to make money, and that's how you do it. So demand. What falls under the broad scope of demand? So things I look for is number of reviews. Reviews. If products have a lot of reviews, that's a telltale sign that there is a lot of demand. Now, contrary to belief, most people teach that products with a lot of reviews you need to stay away from, and that they're bad and that you cannot compete with them. And that is just simply not the truth. I have gone against the grain on this issue ever since I've began when I go after competitive high-end demand products, and I'm able to compete with half the reviews as some of the other guys. I've never ran into that issue before, so I'm giving you my personal experience. Number one would be the number of reviews. Number two, actually, more importantly than the reviews, sorry about that, we're going to go search volume. How many exact searches is your product getting per month? Okay, that's as simple as that. How many people are searching for your product? So we got search volume, reviews. Next, we got BSR. Now, what is BSR? BSR is best seller rank. That's basically what I've gone over in a previous video, where each and every category on Amazon has their own BSR. So, refresher, we're going to go back to our trusty dog bowl, and we're going to see when we scroll down the page that it has a BSR, an Amazon best seller rank of number 241 in all of the pet supplies category. Now that's incredibly good. Remember, number 1 is the best and 1 million is bad. And it's also number 1 for a subcategory inside of pet supplies, which is dogs, feeding and watering supplies, bowls and dishes, slow feeders. So, but for our sake, we're looking at the broad category, and it's 241 in all of pet supplies. So this product is highly in demand. It sells a ton of units. It's got over 8,000 reviews. We know this product sells a ton just by looking at it, taking a glance. And it's even got a bestseller badge, again, because it is number 1 in a given subcategory. That's what it takes to achieve a bestseller badge, if you were curious. So we got search volume, reviews, we got BSR. And those really are the main criteria. Okay, and obviously sales. Okay, so, and the reason why I say sales is because sales differ so drastically from category to category. And BSR can be misleading if you don't know what the actual sales are, correct? So for example, let's say we have a dog bowl that's number 240 in the whole entire pet supplies category. Well, that's great and all, but how in terms of sales numbers, what does that equate into? Because 240 in pet supplies might be 5 times less than 240 in beauty, which might be 5 times less than 240 in cell phones and accessories. You kind of see where I'm going? So we need to actually, dive in and dial in the actual sales. And of course, let's go sales, unit sales and revenue. So these are the things that we're going to hammer home, we're going to figure out. And I'm going to give you my exact sort of formula, if you will, on where I like all these numbers to be. So you're not just playing a guessing game, you actually can go off of a little bit of a roadmap. With that being said, I'm going to get into that in the next video, all of my specifics, so stay tuned for that. All right, let's take a deeper look into how we're going to find all that product criteria, how we're going to find the numbers, and just the quickest, most efficient way to evaluate whether the product is going to be a go or no-go decision for our private label business. And this is about the time where you probably are wondering, when are we going to need tools and softwares and all this other stuff? Well, this is that time. In the past, we didn't really have access to these tools that provided us such incredible data and information in literally the click of one mouse button. Now we do have that luxury. And it's a simple equation that you have to make in your head. How much money is your time worth? If you want to manually dig through all of the thousands of data, all the numbers, sales, reviews, all that kind of stuff manually, you can go ahead and do that. But if you'd like all the stuff to be spit out at you in a seamless manner in an instant, then I highly, highly, highly suggest that you invest in a tool. Now, the 3 best tools on the market to achieve what we need to get done are number 1, Helium-10, number 2, Viral Launch, and number 3, Jungle Scout, in that order. And again, this is my humble opinion. Now, luckily for you, I have worked out something with Helium-10 where you can get 10% off any plan for life, and the link will be in the resource list within this course. So that's the one I go with. That is the tool that I'm going to be referring to throughout the whole entire course. Now, can you get very similar information from these other 2 tools? Yes, you can. I'm just going to be teaching Helium-10 because that's what I have myself. That's what I use in my business. And I do not have these other 2 tools, so I really don't have a way to teach you how to use them. So with that being said, we're going to dive into how to use Helium-10 to uncover amazing private label product opportunities. All right, stay tuned. How you doing, guys? So in this video, I'm going to be going over the Helium-10 black box tool, which is Helium-10's product research tool. Now, as you can see, Helium-10 has literally 12 different softwares within their suite, which is pretty amazing. But the one we're going to be focusing on in the video today is the black box, as well as their Chrome extension, which is called the X-Ray. These 2 things do pretty much the same thing. It's just that one is a Chrome extension that you can actually use while you are on Amazon.com browsing at products. And I will show you that after I show you the black box. So what do you say we get into the black box right here? So you just simply hover your mouse right here, click the black box, and this is crazy. So in the last video, or maybe it was 2 or 3 videos ago, when I just gave you that brief introduction on finding best-selling products on Amazon, manually sifting through all the categories, automotive, beauty, kitchen, pets, sports, going through all the categories, sorting by the best sellers or the new releases or any one of those filters, and jotting down product ideas on your spreadsheet. That's still a fine way to go about it, and it can still certainly be effective. But how would you like, within the click of a few mouse buttons, to be able to discover better, more accurate information in much less time? Well, that's what you're getting out of this tool. That's what you're getting out of investing in a product research tool, such as Helium-10, Jungle Scout, or Viral Launch. Those are the big 3. And obviously, I'm going with Helium-10 because that's the one that I currently own and love. So we're on the black box, and this is just going to blow your mind if you've never seen an Amazon product research tool before. Now let's just check off and look at some of these filters. So let's just go left to right, top to bottom. Categories. So we can either select all categories or just select a specific category. I personally like to select a specific category just for simplicity and so things don't get so cluttered. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick baby. Okay, just make it random. Now, how much monthly revenue do you want to filter by? So it's going to spit back products. Whatever number you put in here for monthly revenue, it's going to spit back product results in the baby category that meet the criteria that you put in. So why don't we go minimum 5,000, maximum 50,000. And again, there's no science to putting in numbers. It's all about experimentation. There's no science. If I were to give you a one size fits all or a formula, then everyone would be typing in the same exact numbers, everyone would be getting the same results, and everyone would be sourcing the same product. So there really just is no benefit or science to putting in direct number or exact numbers. Just play around with it. So price, let's go. I want to go minimum $20, and I'll just keep the max blank. Review count, just going to go ahead and leave that blank. Shipping tier size, let's go standard, so we'll avoid oversize. All right, now we're off to a great start here, but we're not done. I'm going to go ahead and click advanced filters because there's a few more things that I want to check off. Okay. Fulfillment, we can even go Amazon or FBA or FBM. So FBA is what we are going to be doing. What's what I do and what most likely you will be doing. So that's fulfilled by Amazon, where you ship your goods into Amazon's warehouses. They then fulfill them to the customer with Amazon Prime. That's Amazon FBA. Amazon FBM is fulfilled by merchant, which means If you were to sell an item on Amazon, you would be responsible for the fulfillment, whether that be you picking up the item off of your countertop and then running it to the post office and shipping it to the customer, or you using your own third-party warehouse that can fulfill items for you. Either one, that's fulfilled by merchant. You're just responsible for the fulfillment and the shipping. And Amazon, that's when things are actually shipped and sold from Amazon. So that would include Amazon's own brands and select few large name brands like Nike or something like that. That doesn't really apply to us. FBA is what we're going to be focusing on. So I'm just going to leave that out. Monthly sales, great data. Look, you can filter anything that your heart desires. I'm going to go bestseller rank. I'm going to go minimum 1,000. Remember, the lower the better. I'll go maximum 20,000. Okay, anything else I need to check off here? I'm just going to go ahead and leave it blank. We can even, if you know the specific product you're looking for, you can type in a keyword search here like baby bib, and you can see what all the best-selling baby bibs are actually doing in revenue and numbers. But we don't know what we want to sell yet. This is just for random idea generation still. So we are just going to leave that blank and come down and hit this blue search button. Let's see what happens. So Helium 10 spit back a bunch of results. Now we just got to sort this. So up here where it says default, I'm going to click this and I'm going to sort it by monthly revenue high to low. So we're going to get the best selling products in terms of revenue to the worst. Let it load a second. It can take a little bit because it's processing a lot of data. So let's wait here, let it do its thing, and yeah, I mean, how much easier is this just off the surface than having to go to Amazon and doing all this manually? We can get, I mean, look, BSR, monthly sales, monthly revenue, price, reviews, pretty much all the criteria that we're looking for. So it's gone through its sorting process, and let's just take a look. So this is a big brand. It's a pumping system, so that's a big brand product. I would probably stay away from that. Car seat protector. Wow, though, that's a good private label opportunity, I would say. Very easily made in China. Cheap materials. It has the category, the brand, the seller, the fulfillment, which is FBA, the standard size that we specified above. It's got every piece of information that we could possibly need, right? The selling price, they're doing around $49,000 in revenue per month, making almost 2,000 sales a month. Now it's kind of weird that they have 0 reviews. My guess is maybe they're like, I don't know, out of stock, or maybe their product got delisted somehow on Amazon, who knows. But again, it's a good idea, right? We're going to write this one down because this could be a good candidate for us. This looks like some sort of toy, some sort of baby toy, which sells almost 1,000 units a month, 49,000 in revenue. They're selling it for $50, and it's got almost 900 reviews. Sound system, so like a sleep system, I guess. Baby monitor, a fork and spoon set, diaper bags. Again, these are all potential products. I know these all so well because I looked at them before. Diaper bags are big. These white noise sound machines are huge. Very competitive, but you know, where the competition is where the money is. So keep that in mind. We have baby video monitors, breast pump. This looks like a baby wrap, like I don't really know what you call that, but swaddle. You can just keep going down. Anti-colic baby bottle. Car booster seat. And look, I mean, you can keep scrolling down. There's going to be 10 plus pages depending on which plan of Helium 10 that you have. Diaper caddy. I mean, guys, at the click of a few mouse buttons, we've just sorted every single best-selling baby product with the exact criteria that we specified. Now, these are not the best-selling baby products because I didn't specify, I could have said bestseller 1 to 100 if I wanted to, right? But I stay away from products that are literally the best sellers because that's usually just too hard to break into those markets. But this is amazing information. So this is the helium-10 black box. You can get crazy with this. You can even take this, download it as a CSV right here, and upload it to a spreadsheet and just keep tabs on all this information for your reference. So you can go through every category. Again, this is just baby. We can go automotive, we can go beauty, we can go cell phones, clothing, computers, you name it, it's here. Let me show you what this looks like in the real world on Amazon using the Chrome extension. So I'm just going to randomly go ahead and go with our first potential candidate here, which is the car seat protector. So I have Amazon open in another tab. I'm just going to type in baby car seat protector. Let's see what comes up. Okay. So this is where we use our handy Chrome extension. So we don't even have to scroll down this page right now to check out which ones are selling well or how many reviews they have or anything like that. We don't even have to scroll down. See my mouse? Follow my mouse. Up here we click on this little blue icon, helium-10. And we are going to use the X-ray Amazon product research tool. Click that. Watch what happens. It gives us the exact search volume for the keyword that I typed in. Remember, that was baby car seat protector. You can see it through the screen there. Baby car seat protector. 1,200 searches a month. It gives us the ASIN number, which is the unique identifier for the product that every product on Amazon has. The brand name, the title, the category, the buy box. We'll get into that. The shipment method, FBA. Remember, we want FBA sellers because we don't want to compete head-to-head with Amazon. So we like a lot of FBA sellers. It has our average price point. And this is taking the average of how many? So we have 1, 12. So these are 22, and we can even hit this load more results if we want more, but we're around 23, 24 bucks. It even calculates our FBA fees, which is our selling fees, the sales, monthly sales for units, the average revenue, the BSR or the bestseller rank, and the reviews. This tool spits out all this information in literal seconds. Now there's one thing left that we have to do. I'm going to go ahead and click this revenue column here. Whichever column you click, it'll sort by that. So I'm going to click revenue and sort it from highest to lowest. So, pretty crazy, right? This Bricka Seat Guardian car seat is doing $276,000 a month in revenue. They're making almost 8,000 sales, selling it for $34.99. They're sold directly by Amazon. Actually, the top three are, right? The top three are all killing it, sold directly by Amazon. I can hover over the ASIN number here and you can see a little picture of the product, what it looks like. This is our first actual automotive. It's in the automotive category and it's an FBA seller. This person's making $83K a month, which is not bad, right? Off of one product. And the list goes on and on. So even down to product, say, 13, what's that? So what, 13 or 14 products are all doing at least 10,000 a month in revenue, which is insane. So this is a sneak peek at just how ridiculous this Chrome extension is. Again, it's the helium-10 X-ray. Jungle Scout has their own version of a Chrome extension. I think Viral Launch does now too. Both of them are good. I recommend Viral Launch over Jungle Scout, and of course I recommend helium-10 over both. That's my personal opinion. But guys, in the next video, I'm going to get into my exact formula for how I select product. Everything will start making sense. This is all just introductory to get your mind in the right state before we actually dive in and get into my exact formula so it can make more sense for you. So I know where this is. We're kind of, we went really fast from the high level overview type information into this really specialized stuff in a hurry. I told you that was going to happen. This is a very advanced course, even though it is free. And yeah, just do your best to wrap your head around it. Of course, you'll have access to these videos for life, so you can constantly refer to them if you forget something along the way. So there's no harm there. So I will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. All right, all right. Thanks for tuning in again. And I sincerely hope that you got a lot of value out of the last video. I certainly put in a lot of effort and work, time, and money into creating that formula and sort of making it digestible for anyone out there, whether you're young, old, experienced, inexperienced, or what have you. That was my intention with that. My goal is to, if you have zero experience in this business, how can you enter it in the fastest way possible and cover all your bases, cover all your tracks, and ensure your chance for success out of the gate? And I hope you got a lot out of it. In this video, I wasn't really going to intend on releasing this video when I first started making this course. I decided it would be really, really good to include it and put it in here. What I'm going to do in this video is actually document in the real world again how I'm going to go out there, use my formula, select a product, but this time it's going to be a winner. This time I've already pre-selected the product. It's going to be a winner. I already know that before starting. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do in terms of, how I'm going to read the criteria, how I'm going to design the product based on what I see on Amazon and the competitors, and basically just everything. It's going to be basically as if I were going out there in the real world by myself, looking at products, looking at my next product to source, finding it, running it through the criteria, deciding that it meets all the criteria, and I'm going to proceed with it. And then I'm going to take it a step further in the next module where we cover talking to suppliers. I'm going to show you, I'm actually going to contact suppliers in real time, show you exactly how the conversations go down, give you my exact email templates that I use to contact all the suppliers, and I'm going to show you the exact prices I get, the exact design of the product, everything like that. I'm going to show you the whole entire conversation that I have with the supplier. And because, I really think that's the best way for you to learn. Everyone can teach theory and put videos together, but not many people are actually out there in the trenches doing this type of work each and every day. Luckily for you, I am, and I'm going to document every single step and leave nothing to mystery. So what do you say we go ahead and get started? First step is to find the product and run it through the criteria. All right, here we go. So I'm on Amazon.com. Not sure why it's on camping lanterns, but whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in workout gloves. Misspelled it. Okay. And as you can see here, these are workout gloves. Obviously, if you go to the gym or have gone to the gym at all in the past, you're pretty familiar with workout gloves. I myself am very familiar with workout gloves, even though I don't use them. So anyway, we got workout gloves, right? I'm going to go to the helium-10 magnet, which is my keyword tool of choice, of course. Type in workout gloves, hit search. Remember, what is this first step? We're going to find out what our main keyword is with clarity so we know exactly what to base everything off of. Workout glaives. Don't know what that is. Okay. Weightlifting. Oh, oops, sorry. Forgot my own steps. Sort by exact first. Here's workout gloves. 35,000. Not a lot of competition in comparison. So we know that's our main keyword. We know we got adequate search volume already, but we'll figure that out later. Workout gloves. So what do? We're on workout gloves. We now go to the X-ray, the old trusty X-ray. Let that do its thing for a second. Okay, let's go ahead and just do our thing. So let's sort by BSR. Workout gloves. I'm going to go fast here. So remember, we do frequently bought together as the last step. Main keyword is workout gloves. Category. Well, let's just double check. Well, I'll check it in a second, but I guarantee you it's going to be sports. And outdoors. Average sale price. says 1418 here. What do we always do? We do a quick little double check to make sure there's nothing throwing that off out of the ordinary. Doesn't seem to be. Everything looks to be pretty well in line. Let's go ahead and go with 1418. 1418, BSR depth. Are there 5 or more under 5,000? We got 1, 2. Well, that's a sponsored, right? So it's only 1. This is the same product. 1 is sponsored, 1's organic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I know I counted a couple, sponsored ads in there. But anyway, it passes the test regardless. Yes. Reviews, 50 plus at 10 or lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We still got a bunch of reviews even way down here. Looks good to me. Boom. Yes. Helium-10 magnet. Does the main keyword have at least 10K exact search volume? Workout gloves. Main keyword. Almost 36. Yes. Average of less than 10K average competition. It's just an eyeball test. Let's see, we got mountain. We'll just bike gloves, CrossFit. Okay. All right, look. 4,000, 1,000, 1,000. Weightlifting, that's not relevant. These all fit our criteria extremely well. This is a high-end demand product with not a lot of competition in comparison. Boom. Yes. Google Trends, is it seasonal? Let's check it out. Workout gloves. Okay, let's just go 12 months first. Slightly seasonal, I guess. November, it's always normal. It's always normal to see a big spike in the November, December months, even if the product isn't seasonal necessarily. It's because it's up in Feb here, up in April. There's no readable pattern here to workout gloves being seasonal. Seems to be other sort of outside influences. Jan, December. So it looks like a lot of gifts in December, and it looks like, a lot of New Year's resolutions maybe for people in January, trying to start off the year right with their workouts. So I'm not too concerned about it. That's not a concern for me. Looks okay. Brand dominated. Is this brand dominated in any way? Not especially. Harbinger is a massive brand. They've been around for a century, it seems, but all these other ones are not really any sort of notable brands to be concerned with. I've already checked, so not concerned there. Quality of the images. Well, let's check it out. Let's check out this guy. He's a bestseller, one of the best sellers. Okay, looks pretty solid. It's got in use. He's got sizing charts. Looks good. He's got a man and a woman, so he's covering all his bases. Yep, he's got good images. Okay. Let's check out this guy. Sizing charts. Okay. Not as impressed with these images. I'd like to see a little bit more lifestyle, but anyway, they're not bad. Certainly not bad at all. Again, quality of images is it's not one of the most important criteria on the list. I just like to throw it in there for my own sake. And it always helps for me to analyze my competitors' images because it helps me generate ideas on how I can differentiate in my listing. So this is one of the best sellers, and the images are very, very subpar. As you can see, they're all just static images, different angles of the product. These are not very good in comparison to the amount of sales that they're making, of course. So, you can take the time, guys, with your own products to analyze as many as you want, trust me. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and say okay. Okay, we're fine. Sponsored ads on top. Check it out. Workout gloves. Whoops. That's a headline search ad. Remember, that doesn't count. And we have our sponsored ads. 1, 2. We got 2 sponsored ads on top. Passes the test. Yes. Profit margin 40% or greater. This is our FBA calculator time. What I like to do is just take, just the most standard looking workout glove like this. Use our trusty little FBA calculator. And again, we're just eyeballing this, totally eyeballing. Whatever, we'll say $5. We got a decent ROI here. Remember, your first order of any product, the first order is always going to be the worst profit, right? Because you're ordering the smallest amount of units, and you are also, going to have to give away some of the units during your launch phase, which we'll cover later. And so the actual profit you're going to make from your first order will always be the lowest. It only gets better over time. We got 167 ROI, 43% margin, is very, very, very good on your first order. So again, it's a little higher priced, which is why these numbers look pretty good down here. I know the average price was like $14, but this looks okay to me. It checks out. We're going to say yes. We can pull that off. We can pull off 40%. Can we differentiate? And the reason I like products sort of like this workout glove is because it's not a product that's necessarily stamped out of a mold, such as like a flashlight. Like all flashlights are pretty much stamped out of a mold. Those kind of these products allow for more customization in terms of materials, colors, overall designs, and everything like that. They allow for much more customization, which in turn allows you to differentiate your design a lot more on Amazon. So I like these types of products a lot. Could we differentiate here? For sure. What I would do is just take all of the top selling designs, and then I would reverse engineer them into making my own. And I'm going to show you how I do that in a second. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say yes, we can differentiate because we can do different colors. We can do add-on bonuses. There were none of the workout gloves that were offering bonuses. I think only one was offering a digital bonus of a PDF. None were offering physical bonuses, and that is great news for us. Common sense, yes or no? Well, honestly, this right here is unbelievable. Very, 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 very small competition in comparison to the large, very large search traffic. Love that. This looks like a winner in my eyes. And I'm definitely going to proceed with this product. Final common sense test says yes. Let's now dive into what we could possibly add as our main differentiating factor as an add-on bonus. How are we going to do that? We're going to analyze the best sellers, their frequently bought together section. All right. Some products don't have frequently bought together, in which case you just have to analyze customers who viewed this item also viewed, bought this, also bought that. This is probably the most accurate. So we just go through it, right? Maybe these are a good add-on. Maybe, the barbell clamps. Keep going. Fitness towels. Again, small, light, and cheap. Like these might be perfect. These lifting straps. Body fat caliper. Looks nice to me. Knee sleeves. Again, this is how fast you should be able to get going once you get this process dialed in. Resistance bands. These all look good to me. Resistance bands. What was it? Lifting straps. And honestly, I forgot what the other one was, but not a big deal. Okay. Let's go to this guy. Oh yeah, it was barbell clamps. All right. No frequently bought together. It's no big deal. Let's go customers who bought also bought. We're not going to do a t-shirt. Maybe it's interesting. Not really though. Okay, maybe a really small, lightweight jump rope. That's an option. I kind of like that actually. Takes up virtually no space. Jump rope. Okay, and let's just go on to the next. This is how fast you go, Scott. Okay. Bought this, also bought that. Okay. Got it. Nothing really to note here. Although I've seen lifting straps on a few, so this is a nice little baseline list here of possible add-ons. Again, the digital option is also always an option on the table because that is, it's not a physical product. You can just literally pay someone $5 on Fiverr or Upwork to create you a quick ebook. And again, we now have a winner on our hands, a potential winner, I should say, and a product that I'm going to research further. And what I'm going to do with this product is literally take it step by step now through the whole life cycle of picking and sourcing and launching. I'm going to take it through the whole entire life cycle to show you guys real life, real world examples of how this is done from an experienced seller. So hope you find value in that. I can't wait to cover these topics in the future videos. For now, have a good day. Alright, so this is the video to watch. This is the big reveal. This is my exact product picking formula and what has given me the highest odds chance of going out there, picking a winning product right off the bat. We cross our T's and dot our I's more than any other formula that I've ever seen. That's why I believe this formula does give such high odds of success. So let's get into exactly how I do it in the real world. What do you say? So we're going to be sticking and sort of piggybacking off of our dog bowl example throughout the whole course here. And what I do is I start with the magnet tool, remember within Helium 10. And again, there is a 10% off code for life for Helium 10 in the resources list of this course. If you don't want to use Helium 10, like I said, there are so many other keyword tools out there that are also good. So I start with the magnet tool. And for dog bowl, I'm just going to type in dog bowl. What we're trying to do here right now is discover what our main keyword is. So what is the keyword for our product that is getting the most exact search volume per month? And of course, it also has to be, related to the product. My instinct in my gut is dog bowl, but you can never be sure. So would you look at that? Our main keyword would actually be dog bowls with a plural. 68,000 exact searches per month. Dog bowl only has 26. We'll X out here. Dog water bottle. Remember, we can just X out anything that's not relevant. Dog backpack, collapsible dog bowl, dog supplies. Okay, look at these golden sort of, this golden information. So we have dog bowls at 68, dog bowl at 26, collapsible dog bowl at 20,000 a month, and elevated at 15. So I know that the most highest searched product regarding dog bowls is indeed dog bowls with a plural. I'm just going to take that, copy, paste it into Amazon and hit search. Okay, so we have our main keyword for this product. This is our main keyword. I type it into Amazon, I hit search, then I go up to the Helium 10 X-ray tool and see what that tells us. Okay, it's done loading. I'm going to go ahead and sort it by revenue and take a look. All right. Pretty crazy numbers. Definitely high selling. Let's take a look at the BSRs just for the heck of it and sort it by BSR. Okay, the first couple of these are sponsored ads. That's why it's not reading the BSR, I would assume. So we have 45, 80. These are all very high BSRs. There's a lot of depth, as you can see, right? It's not just one or two at the top that have a really high BSR, but the high sales volume actually extends down throughout this whole list practically, which is another great sign of buying activity. You never want to enter product niches or categories where there's just one or two sort of people at the top that are crushing it and all the other guys are, fighting for the leftovers. You want this type of streamlined depth. This really signifies, big demand and a lot of buying for everyone's product, not just the top 2 or 3 guys. So this is all invaluable data for us. We have the reviews, we have the review ratings. These are all actually pretty high review ratings. 4.5, I see a lot of 4.5s. This one's actually a 5. Well, he's only got 5 reviews, that's why. But even this guy, look, 1,800 reviews, still able to maintain a 4.5 star rating. That's actually very good. Very, very good. Same with this guy, 8,000, 4.5. Extremely good. And look, again, we're even able to, again, these are sponsored. We're even able to hover over the ASIN number here and view what the product image is, so you can see exactly what kind of a dog bowl it is. There's the one that we've been alluding to in previous videos. Okay, we got a couple 2-packs. A lot of just standard old metal dog bowls, nothing special there. Some elevated ones. So it's right on par with what we see here, right? We have a collapsible, right? We have the collapsible right here. We have the just regular dog bowls. We have some elevated, as you can see here. And so it really does follow trend. I mean, this is very, very accurate information. As you can see, we can cross-check our work based on what we find with the x-ray. So that gives us nice validation. And so again, what does all this really mean? Well, right now is the time where I'm going to show you my exact formula for what these criteria have to meet. So we can actually, do this in order and have clarity. So boom, here is the formula that I use to pick a product. So our product name, let's just fill it out in the real world here. Dog bowl. Okay, is there a frequently bought? We'll cover this last because I haven't covered this yet. What's our main keyword? Well, we just figured that out, but we'll always double check it later on when we're actually writing our listing, when we actually do, a deep dive into our keyword research. But, 99% sure it's going to be dog bowls. Main category is certainly pet supplies. Again, I just like to know this information. Average sale price, this is important. Average sale price, it says $17.88 here, right? Which is nice. It gives us that number instantly. And this is for the top 1, 2, 3, 12, 25, 30 listings or so. So it's a really good benchmark. But I caution you, and I want to let you know to definitely look at the actual prices in this column right here, because every once in a while you can have sort of a freak exception where one guy will have like $100 price for no reason, and it can kind of inflate this number and mislead you a bit. So just analyze all the prices here. So we got 13, 21, 5, 11. Again, does anything look completely out of the ordinary? If not, then I'll go ahead and go with the average price that they have up here. Nothing is really jumping out at me, no. I think that is a pretty good benchmark and a pretty good average. So let's go $17.88, or you can even round it if you want. Just go $17. Okay. Now this is a really key one, right? Remember I was talking about the depth of sale. So are there 5 or more that are under 5,000 BSR? Okay. Let's sort by BSR. Okay, so these two are NA, like I said. So are there 5 or more that are under 5,000? So let's see here. We got 1, 45. That is under 5,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 15. So the answer would be certainly yes. Yes, parentheses 15. Remember when I said reviews are a great sign of demand and buying activity? Well, are there products that have 50 plus reviews even at position 10 or lower? So when I say position 10 or lower, I'm going to sort by revenue, because that's really what I care about. Revenue, in my opinion, is more important than BSR, a more important indicator, I should say, of how well the product is actually selling. So 10 or below. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So starting with this guy, does he have more than 50 reviews? Well, I would certainly say so. 1341, 845, 1742, 866. There are many, many, many people. In fact, most all of them have over 50 reviews. That gets a resounding yes. Okay. Back to our Helium-10 magnet tool, or whatever keyword tool that you choose to use. Again, there's a lot of softwares that you can use in this business that have little impact, but you need a keyword tool. You cannot get around that. So just want to reiterate that. So is there over 10,000 exact monthly search volume for our main keyword of dog bowls? Well, I would certainly say so. In fact, there's 68,000. Okay. All right. And this is just a quick eyeball test. This is a new feature that Helium 10 has rolled out that I have found to be extremely useful. This is a quick eyeball test. Is the average competition level, and you'll see exactly what that is, less than about 10,000 on your eyeball test? Okay. Before we do that, we got to just eliminate a few of these, just non-relevant keywords like puppy bed, this kind of stuff. So we'll just take these first few here that all have to do with dog bowls. Competing products. This is the category I need you to look at right now, the column. This is greater than 10, greater than 10, greater than 1. So is the average going to be less than 10, So we got 10, 10, 1, 891 for elevated dog bowls. As you can see, you can sort of uncover some hidden gems here. Elevated dog bowls get searched 15,000 times a month, which is a lot of search, right? A lot, trust me. And it only has 891 competing products, which is staggering, really. I mean, it's again, that's a little hidden gem we just uncovered. It's a product that has high search volume with not a lot of competition. Okay, so these two up here have a ton of competition, obviously, because dog bowls and dog bowl, they're such broad terms, they have more competition. So collapsible dog bowl has much less competition, as you can see. Elevated has even less. Raised, so I would say, this is right on the cusp of being too competitive as far as this statistic goes right here. So, we'll say maybe. And next up, Google Trends. Is it seasonal? So this is a big one. We go to Google, we type in trends, and let's type in our main keyword into trends, dog bowls. And I like to keep it in the US because we're selling on Amazon.com here. And I'll first see it in the 12 months. And as you can see, there's a lot of demand throughout the whole entire year. This is not seasonal. This looks really, really good. But let's, for the heck of it, I always also do 5 years just to see. And as you can see, it's not seasonal in any way, really. I mean, it's up and down, up and down, up and down across the board. So it passes that test. Is it seasonal? Nope. Is it brand dominated? Are there competitors in this space that have a big presence outside of the Amazon platform that may be influencing or driving sales to their Amazon listing, that will inflate their BSR and all that kind of stuff? Well, let's check it out. So we have, let's again sort by revenue. Okay, we're good. So the number one seller is actually Amazon's own brand, which I do not like. Amazon Basics, as you can see there. And again, we can double confirm this and see that it's actually sold from Amazon right here. The more listings here that are FBA, the better. We want as few sold by Amazon as possible. So we can see here that we have Amazon. Well, I'd say they have a good amount of influence. This is sold by Amazon, but the brand is Outward Hound. Okay. Again, you just have to do Google searches of these brands to see if they have any presence. ComSun, Iris USA, Your Power, Wesson, GPet. Again, you have to do Google searches for these to see if they have any sort of any dominance. So why don't we just go ahead and do that? Outward Hound. Outward Hound. Dog bowl. Do they have a website? Looks like they have a website, right? Yes, they do. Okay. They look pretty legit. Let's just go to their homepage. Okay. I have a unique little Chrome extension up here called Similar Web, where I can just click this button and it'll tell me the exact search traffic that their own website off Amazon is getting per month. So they're getting about 41,000 visits to their own website, nothing to do with Amazon. So that's a good indicator that they're, these guys are legit. They have a legit business going on, not just on Amazon. So that's a little bit of a deterrent to me. Let's check out another guy here. Sorry. Let's check out ComSun. Okay. Do they have a website? Does not look like it. Okay, we're good there. Let's check out Iris USA. Do they have a website? Looks like they do. Let's click on it. Let's just go to their home. And they have a nice looking site. It's kind of a weird mix of products, if you will. Okay, so this is kind of like an everything brand. It's not really niche specific. Let's go ahead and just run a quick search here and see if they get any sort of traffic. Ooh, they do actually. That's a lot of traffic. 35,000. Okay, so this brand has an established presence of sorts outside of the Amazon platform. We'll keep that in mind. Your Power. Now, I know these guys already because these guys are huge sellers on the Amazon platform. I believe they are Chinese-based suppliers, believe it or not. So we'll just check it out anyway. Your Power, got it. Come on, load. Let's try this one. Okay, sorry, it's just taking a while to load. All right, so let's just go to their homepage. Check out their website, Your Power official website, so we're in the right place. These guys certainly look legit. And yes, they are a Shenzhen-based internet trading company. So yeah, they're a Chinese supplier that has tapped into Amazon themselves. And they're one of the biggest. I know these guys. They're everywhere on Amazon. They sell in a vast array of niches. So let's just see if their website's getting any traffic. No, they're not. But again, they are massive players. Again, even though their website doesn't get traffic, they're still massive players because, you know, they have a lot of market share. So Your Power, Wesson. Let's check out Wesson. Wesson Dog Bowls. Do they have a website? Nope, we're good. GPet. Let's just do this last one of GPet. GPet Dog Bowls. And PetSmart. GPet USA. Looks like they have a site. Let's take a look. Let's go to their home. Alrighty. So they do have a website, but it looks like they do not actually, you know, warehouse or sell their own products off of Amazon. It looks like all the links on their website are actually directly leading you to Amazon. So not a huge concern there. So no, they don't really have any sort of brand dominance outside of Amazon. So what? Out of the few that I analyzed, Amazon, this one. So we do have some competition outside of Amazon, more than I would like. No doubt about it. So let's go back to our formula. Yes, you know, 3 or so out of the top 10, let's just say, right? And again, you can go in more depth into this when you're doing your own product research. I'm sort of speeding up the process just for this example. Quality of images. So let's analyze our competitors' images. Again, we know these guys are the best sellers. Let's just click on the ASIN here. It'll take us to the product listing. And let's check out their images. Well, this is Amazon's own listing, so obviously their images are going to be bad, but it doesn't really matter because they're Amazon, unfortunately. So we can kind of disregard that one. Let's go to this guy here. Okay. He's got some much better images. These are actually quality. Yeah, he's even got a video. If you're a top line seller, Amazon now is allowing you to put videos on your listings. I think eventually that feature will be rolled out to everyone, so that will be great. But this guy has nice images. Let's check out this guy. Again, it's a quick eyeball test. Do they know what they're doing or not? It's kind of like a quick test. And this guy does. He's got nice images, for sure. Yep. Love it. He's got product in use photos. He's got lifestyle. And he's got just regular static photos too. So he's covering all the bases. Let's check out this guy here. Okay, so remember that elevated dog feeder? That was pretty interesting. Remember when I pointed that out? This guy's images are terrible. Again, the last thing you want to do is look like a corporate company, right? You want to stand out. This guy looks like a corporate company. He's got 15 different images of different angles of the product that no one cares about. What you need to do is have lifestyle in use and just, even some text and some graphical images too. So that's promising there. Your power, this is the big guys. These guys have good images. Kind of like that comparison. That's the unique. Yeah, they're good. What do you say we do one more here? All right. Not bad, not bad. That's kind of weird looking, but anyway. Not great, but not horrible, right? Not great, but not horrible. Now, just from first glance, from literally the 5-10 minutes that we've been doing this, obviously dog bowls are extremely competitive. It's a market that I wouldn't enter myself because, there's just so much competition, as you can see. But if I were to source a dog bowl, what I would probably do is these elevated bowls seem to be very appealing, right? They seem to have higher price points. They also seem to have much less competition, and they also seem to still have adequate demand in the form of search volume here, as well as in the amount of sales. I mean, this guy's making $68,000 a month in revenue. So I just want to point out that little aside, sorry. And let's go back to our sheet here and sort of fill this out. So for actual dog bowls, I'm going to say good. And if I were to give it a number scale, 5 being the best, I would say I'd give it a 3. Our sponsored ads on top. Now I've noticed for several keywords throughout all my time selling on Amazon that not for different keyword search phrases, not all the time are the sponsored ads going to be displayed on top. You want them to be displayed on top because those drive the highest click-through rates and the highest amount of traffic. So for our main keyword, are the sponsored ads displaying on top? Well, we have a headline search ad that doesn't count. I'm talking about the regular sponsored ads. And yes, they are. As you can see, the top 3 here are all sponsored. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so it passes that test. Yes. Can we get a profit margin of 40% or greater? Well, remember that awesome tool, that Chrome extension of that FBA calculator that I went over in the previous video? Well, let's check that out with one click of a button, shall we? So, where are we? Okay. Let's just go to this dog bowl again, just for clarity. Let's click this. And again, this isn't going to be totally accurate, but we're going to put in $17 because remember, that's what we found was the average, selling price right here. Okay. So we want $17. Unit manufacturing, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly say that landed, and again, for our, I'm going to first of all put a 0 in the freight cost because for our first order, we're not going to do freight. Freight's for large bulk orders. So let's say we're ordering 500 units. I'm just going to include the landed cost here. So let's just go ahead and say it's, once everything is all said and done, let's just play it safe and go $4. Okay. All right. So based on everything, I mean, you can see here, ROI is 109. That's not very good. Profit margin is only 25.7%. Not very good. And again, the 4 here is a guess. You will get that number exactly from your supplier when you start negotiating. So you'll be able to have a 100% accurate, preview. So again, this is a guess. You can play around with this number here. In fact, that's what I do. When we get into our later module of how to source and negotiate from China. I keep playing around with this unit manufacturing cost number until the numbers down here, the ROI and the profit margin, meet what I'm looking for. And then I know going in, before I even start talking to the Chinese suppliers, what my target price is, so there's no confusion. Again, we'll get into that later on, but at first glance here, this is not a product I would want to get into. The margins are low due to the fact that these are lower priced products and that there's a massive amount of competition. I believe the combination of those two things is what's driving these margins down. And there seems to be, pretty significant Chinese supplier influence on this market as well. I know that for a fact within the pet category in general, but for dog bowls here, it seems to be even more prevalent. So at first glance, no, margin does not pass the test. Nope. Can I differentiate? Now, this is a huge one. Can I differentiate? Well, as you can see, what are the main ways people are differentiating? What are the real main ways people are differentiating, at the top here? If any, are they differentiating? Well, let's take a look. Well, some are offering 2 packs, that's for sure. That's a differentiation. 2-pack. I don't see any free bonus. Although this looks like it has a bonus. Bonus 2 stainless bowls included. Okay, so again, it's another 2-pack. But again, you could offer a free bonus such as, like a dog trinket, sort of maybe like dog poop bags, right? Or something like that. Or you could offer a free PDF ebook on the top 10 best ways to train your dog on how to do, so-and-so, a certain skill. The best ways of differentiation are, number 1, adding a physical add-on, such as a free bonus. And we're going to cover that in detail in 1 second. Adding a digital add-on in the form of a PDF sort of guide, a training guide on how to do something, or, my top 10 best tips on how to train your dog, things like that. Or just simply having a superior product in the form of like your dog bowl actually has a unique feature built into it that none of the other dog bowls have. Now that's the most advanced form of differentiation, and sometimes that can even involve a patent. But eventually, way later on down the road, I believe that's the road that you're going to want to go down, because that offers you the biggest source of differentiation. But you may be asking, how do I, if I want to add a free bonus to my product, how would I even do that? Well, remember back here, I love to add free bonuses in my product. So frequently bought together, we need to analyze the frequently bought together section of these dog bowls to see if there's any cheap, inexpensive, complementary products that people are buying together with a dog bowl over and over again that we can just simply throw into our dog bowl as a free bonus. And that's huge. That is absolutely huge if we can pull that off. So again, let's just go in these guys. So where is the frequently bought together section? Well, right here. Okay, usually just below the bullets, and ignore all these graphs and stuff. These are just, you won't see these on your screen unless you have helium-10. So puppy pads and a different kind of collapsible. So you can offer a durable metal bowl for home and maybe a collapsible bowl for travel as a free bonus. That seems like a good idea. Or even puppy training pads here. Let's check out this guy. And again, you'll notice common themes, and the common themes are the ones we want to latch onto. So we have puppy treats and we have the training pads again. Okay, the training pads seem to be a common theme. Check out this guy. Okay, we got a food scooper and we have just a dog toy, a regular old dog toy. Again, these are all great potential add-ons because they're small, lightweight, and inexpensive. Let's check out this guy. Poop bags. And he's got metal dog bowls. Remember, so it's kind of the opposite. And let's check out this guy. So a lot of bowls seem to be being purchased together with each other. I guess people just can't really decide which design bowl they like. But just off the surface, and again, you can analyze this for literally the top 30 if you want the clearest picture, but just off first glance, I would have poop bags, okay, poop bags, food scooper, puppy training pads, and maybe even a, collapsible dog bowl, for travel or something. So again, well, look, we have four potential great candidates for a bonus item that you could offer in your listing that would be a 100% differentiation from any of these guys currently on the top selling of Amazon. And there's so many opportunities like that in just about every single product that you want to go into or look at. So again, I just want to point it out here. Again, even with these differentiations, would I even consider selling a dog bowl? No, because, for all the reasons I laid out prior, profit margins are not great, tons of competition, and just, everything like that. So let's go over our formula full through now and just make a common sense decision whether we're going to proceed with this product. So our product's the dog bowl. We do have some nice frequently bought together options that we can use as a bonus item. Our main keyword's dog bowls. Okay. Average sale price is $17, and honestly, I think that's a bit high. It's a bit ambitious, to be honest with you, because it depends what dog bowl you're selling, right? The elevated dog bowls are higher priced. They're going to inflate that price of the regular dog bowl. So these are all things you have to take into consideration. It passes all these demand tests with flying colors, obviously. The BSR test, the reviews, the search volume, the competition is a maybe. It's certainly not seasonal, which is a good thing. There are some big pet brands. Images, we can be better for sure. Sponsored ads, that's a good thing. Profit margin is not up to par with my standards. Can we differentiate? Yeah, we can. But, again, the final common sense test, this is the last step of the formula. I would say no go. You may have differing opinions than me, but for me, based on my formula, I'm very, very strict to my formula, and this is a no-go for me. So what do I then do? Well, I move on to the next product, and then the next one, and the next one. And again, you'll get so fast at this process, it'll be like you can do it in your sleep after a while. So don't get stressed out about that. I mean, you're going to have such clarity on, basically, you have the ability to enter any new niche, any new category, and be an expert like from day one, with even if you have zero knowledge, right, of the product you're even selling. Let's say you want to go into the beauty category and you're a guy and you've never bought a beauty product in your life. Well, it doesn't really matter, because with these tools and like Helium-10 and the Chrome extension and, our FBA calculator, with all these different tools working together, I mean, it doesn't matter what we know, because the data doesn't lie. The data tells us exactly the information that we need to know, all the most crucial information, so we can go out there and make the most informed decision humanly possible. And, we can rest at night, go to sleep feeling great in plunking down some money for an order from China. So I hope that was useful. I mean, it took me a long time to develop this formula. This formula works. It is not for real. It is not fake. And, I'm not leaving anything out. This course may be free, but I treated this course with the same dedication and intention as if I were to sell it for $1,000. You're not missing anything here. This is exactly how I do it in the real world. Exactly how I go out and find products that are able to do over $10,000 in sales a month with a very, very high ceiling as well. So I hope you found that video extremely useful. I highly suggest you refer back to this video several times throughout your time, because, product selection is one of the most, if not the most important part of this whole business to nail down and get right from the start. So guys, have a great day. I'll see you in the next video where we discussed something different. So have a good one. What's going on, guys? So in this video, I am going to show you my top 6 ways of differentiating your product. Now, this is going to be a crazy useful video, especially if you're new, and it really is the crux and what we need to do if we want to have long-term sustainable success on Amazon. So you see, it's such a crowded marketplace, as you know. You are lined top to bottom, side by side with competitors of similar products that are barely distinguishable to the untrained eye. And how does the customer know which one to click on? How are they going to make a impulse buying decision and click your product over the thousands of other competitors who are selling the same thing? It's a constant battle. It's a constant it requires constant innovation and tinkering and testing, and that's kind of the fun. Part of the fun of this business is standing out, being different, and what are you going to do? How are you going to achieve that? So I've kind of made a list of the top 6 ways that you can differentiate your product and stand out, and they're ordered from sort of easiest to the most advanced and hardest. So without a doubt, number 1 way is custom packaging. So custom packaging is such an easy way to differentiate. Most suppliers over in China will allow you to send them your custom packaging design, and they'll gladly print it out for you on whether it's a box, a bag. It doesn't really matter. They can do it for you. Sometimes, the minimum order quantity, or MOQ, that they require for your custom packaging might be high, but in a lot of cases it's not. A lot of cases they'll do custom packaging even if you're ordering 500 or 1,000 units. So always ask if you are able to do custom packaging. It's such an easy, cheap, effective way of differentiating your product. And that kind of ties in to this number 2 right here, which is your main image. Now, obviously, you know that the main image on Amazon is what really captures the click. Whether the consumer knows or not, they generally will, as they're scrolling down the Amazon page, will click on the listing whose main image tends to stand out and resonate. Now, you definitely want to make sure you're abiding by all of Amazon's terms of service in regards to the main image requirements. Like, this is definitely the gray area where he has this kind of 3D rendering of fire and water. This is certainly not intended. This is not Amazon compliant, but he seems to be getting away with it for the time being. This would be something that would be really good right here. This is a great main image, and he actually is a bestseller. I'll get into why it's a great image in a second. Again, this is really not supposed to be allowed. Again, the main image is supposed to be on a pure white background, and it's supposed to be just an image of the product. Nothing else. No illustrations or drawings or renderings of any nature. But like I said, some people get away with it. It can be effective. If you want to roll the dice and play that game, then by all means go ahead. But Amazon may contact you at some point down the road and be like, hey, you're breaking our rules with this main image. Please change it. And your listing will be suppressed until you do change it. That might be a message you get, but it's not the end of the world. You can just change it and you'll be okay. These are not great images. So why is this a great image? Well, number 1, it's a very clear, vivid picture of the gloves, and he's got all these free bonuses in it. Now, so custom packaging, I didn't see one image on that list of barbecue gloves that actually had their packaging in it. Now, you're not really supposed to have the packaging in the main image, but I've never had an issue with it. You might, and if you do, just simply change the image. But it's a great way to stand out in your main image by actually including your packaging along with your product because it just stands out and it looks different, especially if you have really cool, vibrant custom packaging, and that's what you're shooting for. So the custom packaging not only looks better, more professional, more branded, more trustworthy from a consumer standpoint, but it also will grab somebody's eye more if you actually put it in your main image along with your product. Again, none of these gloves had packaging in their main image. Yours would be the only one on this first page that would have your own packaging in the image. If it were to look really cool, it would definitely stand out from this crowd. So that's a huge tip number one. Kind of combining number 1 and 2 here of packaging and main image. Number 3 here, a free digital bonus, a PDF ebook. I saw one guy with a PDF ebook down the page here. See right here? So this is a perfect little add-on bonus. It makes his image look unique and his product unique. It adds more value. Okay? It's all about perceived value. So look, he's got, let's see, where's that ebook? So yeah, so it's whatever. It's probably like the 10 best barbecue recipes or something. It can be that simple, and it can be a nice way to stand out. Now, I am not the biggest fan of digital PDF ebooks as a free bonus personally. Why? Because Amazon customers have the ability to opt out of receiving promotional emails from the people they buy products from. So if you have a post-purchase email sequence in place after someone purchases your Amazon product, and if you go through this course, you'll see which service that I highly recommend and use, called Manage by Stats. But if they choose to opt out of those messages, they will not receive your digital download via email, and that is the only way that you can message them after they purchase with the digital PDF. The only way to get around that would be to actually have the PDF printed on paper and included inside of the box as a physical like book, essentially. And that would probably add some cost. Certainly would probably add a little bit of cost to your overall product. So the cheap, free, really, really inexpensive and effective way is just to have a free PDF digital download. There's no inventory, and it's really easy. But again, you might get a customer who complains like, hey, I never received my ebook. I never received my top 10 tips on how to cook great barbecue chicken. Like you promised me, where's it at? And it could, right, lead to a negative review or a negative buying experience for the customer if they had opted out of emails. Guys, one thing you have to remember is that the majority of people just aren't very smart, right? They'll willingly opt out of emails and then wonder why they don't get the email with the PDF. These are just things that you have to plan around. You always have to assume that the person knows nothing about how anything works, because unfortunately not a lot of people actually do. So that's kind of the risk you go with these PDFs. That's why I personally don't really enjoy the free PDF ebooks, although they're cheap. And if you were to get one made, honestly, just go to Fiverr, the best place for cheap freelance services on the internet. Go to Fiverr, pay someone to make an ebook for you for all of $20. One-time expense, boom, you're done, and then you can do what you want with it. So that's my recommendation there. Now we're getting into the good stuff, right? Free physical bonus item. This is one of the best ways to differentiate on Amazon, offering a free physical bonus item. And how do you know what to offer? Well, the best way to get tips and ideas on your bonus item is to look at your competitors' frequently bought together section. So let's head over to some more barbecue gloves. So this guy right here, frequently bought together. You see this section right here? This is a money real estate here on Amazon. Frequently bought together section accounts for a large majority of sales on the Amazon platform. So they're usually right underneath the bullet points in this area right here. So look, he is frequently bought together with a grilling brush. Okay, so I would just write this down on a list. I'll go back. Let's just start top to bottom. And let's click this guy. Let's see if anything is frequently bought together with his glove. Again, we're assuming that we want to sell a barbecue glove here. Okay. Chimney starter, lighter cubes. Okay. I would keep writing all these down and compile a list. Wireless remote digital cooking meat thermometer. Okay, so a meat thermometer, non-stick cooking mats. Okay, these all seem pretty good. I would go through literally the top 10, 15, or 20 of your top competitors. Digital meat thermometer, I would assume that these little digital thermometers are dirt cheap if you wanted to add this on, I would assume, right? Let's check out this guy. Okay, another grill brush. So you'll start to notice repeats, and when you start to see repeats, that's a good sign that that product is the most in demand alongside your main product. You understand? So if you see a grill brush being in the frequently bought together section of half of the people on page 1, then it's safe to assume that a grill brush is the best option for an add-on bonus. See this guy, more of these cubes. So in order to actually make the free bonus work, it's got to be small, it's got to be lightweight, it's got to be really cheap, and it's got to be a good complement, a complementary product to your main product that actually makes sense. So in the real world, would I actually source a grill brush, one of those big brushes, to go along with these gloves? No, probably not, because the brush might actually be more expensive than the gloves themselves. These cubes are being sold for $3.99. My guess is that those would be pennies to source as a free add-on. Let's see if we have any other options. Maybe the glove isn't the best example here. So let's go down. Perfect. These kind of stand out and catch my eye right away. These plastic meat claws. So I just know for a fact by looking at them that they're going to be super cheap. They're just little pieces of plastic, and they make perfect sense. And they go along with somebody who would be ordering barbecue gloves because they're going to be wanting to pull apart their meat and do all that kind of stuff. So these stand out right away as a perfect add-on. They're small, they're extremely light, they're extremely cheap, and they're a perfect complement. I bet you could source these on Alibaba for, oh man, I don't know, 30, 40 cents. So that's exactly what I look for. And wouldn't you know it, this guy, the smart guy right here, who's the best seller in barbecue claws, okay, he offers the gloves with the claws as a free bonus. And he even offers what looks like a little mini sort of brush. So this person's doing it up right. They are, looks like a basting brush, so that's smart. That's a nice, cheap, inexpensive way to include a brush without it being one of those big metal grill brushes, right, that you scrape the grill with. Again, be innovative. You think outside the box a little bit sometimes. This person is certainly very savvy as an Amazon seller. They know what they're doing. Perfect free bonus items. And it shows in their sales, right? They are the best seller. They sell a ton of units, and that's why. Well, that's one of the reasons why. So going back to this list, I love this option right here, and it's something that I do with most of my products that I sell. And number 5, slight product modification. So that can be as simple as, if 95% of the gloves on the first page of Amazon here are orange, then I'll just source a black one, and then I'll stand out that way, right? It'll stand out because I'm just different from everybody else. It can be as simple as just being a different color. It can be as simple as putting your logo in a different spot. It can be as simple as you want, to be honest with you. And I always like to have a little bit of differentiation from my product, at least from the bulk of my competition, whether it be something so small or something bigger. So, slight modification of the product just to be a little bit different, okay? And number 6, being the most advanced, would be a completely unique product that no one else has. And this would be the hardest barrier to entry. This would be more advanced. And this would maybe even involve a patent. So number 6 is probably probably not going to happen for a while, especially if you're new, and don't worry about it, okay? What you should focus on, in my opinion, what do I think the most important ones are? No-brainer for the custom packaging, which ties into your main image. No-brainer, in my opinion, for the physical bonus, if it makes sense. Not every product has a legitimate good option for a free physical bonus. That's why I have in my product picking formula, the product must have a viable free physical bonus item option for me to source it. That's why that's one of the criteria for me in my product formula. So, in a slight modification, these are the 3 that I would focus my attention on. Not only are they going to give you a higher perceived value from a customer standpoint, they're going to think you're a reputable brand, they're going to trust you more. Not only will that be achieved with custom packaging, a free bonus offering more value, and a slight product modification. What if you can do all 3 at the same time? Now we're checking all the boxes, in my opinion. And on top of that, these 2 things plus the packaging then also all tie into your main image, right? Because your main image is going to look different from everybody else's simply because your product is different. You now have a totally unique product, right? Compared to everyone else. These things will all tie into each other if you can pull all of them off. If you can't pull all of them off, just focus on 1 or 2 of them. Trust me, it's worthwhile. And if you want to maintain your ranking, if you want to sustain sales over time, if you want to stand out, and believe me, you do want to stand out, these are my top ways of doing so. So I hope this video was helpful. Honestly, this is one of the most important lessons that I could possibly teach you on this course. And yeah, guys, I hope you got some value out of it. I will see you on the next video. See you there. So one thing I forgot to mention about the free physical bonus item is, because I know this is going to be a question from some of you guys, and I just want to clear up any of the fog. So I know a question is going to be, well, how do I ask for a free bonus? Am I getting it from the same supplier as my main product? Am I getting it from a different supplier? How does this all work? Do I have to create 2 separate products within Amazon? How does this work? So let me clear it up for you. Number 1, the majority of the time you just want to ask, well, you always first just want to ask your main supplier of your main product if they can supply the free bonus for you. So back to the barbecue glove example, if your glove supplier can source the claws, well, you just want to ask them if they can source the claws. If they can, great. Just tell them to include a pair of the claws within every box of the gloves. Job is done. If not, ask them if they know a supplier who can supply the claws. Great. If they can, great. If not, then just simply reach out yourself on Alibaba in a very similar fashion to how you're going to see me reach out in my supplier negotiating module of this course. Very simple. You'll just have to reach out to separate suppliers yourself. Now, from my experience, normally that's not necessary. Normally your main supplier can either supply the product themselves or they have sort of a partner supplier that can supply it, and they will just ship the claws to your main supplier's warehouse so your main supplier can package them all up together for you. That's the best way to do it. And from an Amazon standpoint, it's super simple. You're not going to do anything different. If you're selling barbecue gloves, that's all you're still going to be selling. It's one product. The free bonus will not even be registered within the Amazon platform. Amazon will just be treating everything as the one product, as your barbecue gloves. So that's as simple as that. Super simple, super clear. Hopefully that helped, because I know some of you probably had that question. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. What's going on, guys? I thought it would be useful if I just threw in a quick video on branding. Now, branding is definitely important, especially long term. In regards to this course is designed to get your feet on the ground running and get you making sales, and as profitably as humanly possible in the shortest period of time. Branding doesn't really tie into that, but I'm going to cover it here just a little bit. So with branding, again, we need a brand name for our Amazon brand, correct? Well, what can we do? How can we come up with a name? How can we make sure that it's not trademarked or we're not infringing on any sort of copyrights? And where can we go to buy a domain? Because it is a good idea to buy a domain for your brand, even if you don't plan on creating a website, just to kind of lock it up and prevent any other person from stealing your name in the future. So I'm at Google right now, and the main thing I'm going to do here, I mean, this is as simple as it is, right? I'm going to type in random business name generator. In fact, I think I've used the Shopify version before, and I think it's nice, as I recall. So we're doing a workout glove, so let's just do fitness. But again, look, please make note of this. Please don't infringe on other brands' trademarks with this tool. So these are not pre-vetted by any stretch of the imagination. You still have to do your due diligence after the fact. So generate names. And this is just anything that catches your eye, right? Fitness fanatic. I mean, obviously some of these are going to be taken. Let's just go with fit. Kind of like fit. Nice and short. Something like Fit Blaze. You know, it sounds good. It matches the workout glove, and it's probably not taken. So no, I don't want to sign up for a Shopify store. But Fit Blaze. Let's just run with Fit Blaze real quick. Open up another tab in Google. Fit Blaze. This is exactly how I would do it. So there's a Fitbit Blaze smartwatch. Fitbit.com. I do not see anything regarding Fit Blaze in particular, specifically as a brand. I'm going to do Fit Blaze trademark. It looks like it might actually be a trademark. It's a registered trademark. Yep, in India. Again, it probably doesn't apply to us in the USA. And to be honest, I'm not liking all the correlation with Fitbit. So I'm just going to go ahead and X this one off the list. I'm sure there's better options. Let's go back here, hit search again. How about, let's see here, anything that catches your attention. Let's go to the second page. Fit back, that's kind of catchy, kind of interesting. Let's check that out. Fit back. So Fit back is definitely a company. Seems to be a German company. They are occupational health company, Fitback trademark. Jeez, can't type. Fitback trademark. Okay. Yeah, I don't necessarily like the fact that there's a company, even though it's in Germany, that has the same name. Again, I'm pretty anal with this stuff. I like to have my very own unique name that has no affiliation to anything else. let's go with Oasis Fit. Something out of the box a little bit. Oasis Fit. I wonder what this is, right? I don't see anywhere that it says Oasis Fit, but huh. I don't think this one is taken. Yeah, so again, let's just use this for the purposes of the video. Now that we know we want Oasis Fit, the next step that I would take is go to GoDaddy, GoDaddy.com, search for it on here. Oasis Fit is available for $1,500. Doesn't that sound like a great deal? And now that we're actually on GoDaddy, why don't we just go ahead and start searching actually on the domain search itself, so we can kind of skip one step, if you will. Let's just type in, see what happens. Fit glove, because we're selling a workout glove, remember? Oftentimes I find misspellings to work well. Fit glove. And boom. So this is a winner. Fit glove. Matches exactly what we're selling. I do understand that it kind of cuts us off from selling many other things, but keep in mind this is for example purposes only, and also keep in mind that within your same Amazon seller account you can have multiple brands. So if you source a workout glove under the brand name Fit Glove, tomorrow you could source a kitchen utensil under the name Fit Kitchen. So it doesn't really matter there. I'm just going to roll with Fit Glove. I'm going to go ahead and purchase the domain. I'm not going to worry about all of these .nets and .orgs. I'm just going to get the .com. I'm going to add it to cart. I think it's only like $12 per year, so honestly it's like $1 a month. I would just go ahead and snag it on GoDaddy and save it for a later date, and just kind of just locking up the name, making sure no one else is going to come in and steal it from you. That's what I would do in the real world. In the next video, I'll do a short little video on how I would go ahead and get my logo done. Alright, so I've referenced this tool over and over again for good reason. It's a great tool. It's free. It's called canva.com. And if you wanted to create your logo, there's one of two things you can do. Do it yourself for free on Canva or Photoshop if you prefer. Or you can simply pay somebody on either Fiverr or Upwork, two of the top freelancing websites, Fiverr and Upwork, to create a logo for you for probably no more than $20. But if you wanted to go the ultra cheap route, then you can just do it yourself in Canva. If you want to just pawn it off on somebody else for a nominal fee, go with Fiverr or Upwork and just find somebody. It's extremely easy. But let's just go in Canva. So I'm in Canva. I hit find templates right here. And Canva has a bunch of these pre-built templates that are really, really nice. Let's go to logos right here. So I just pick any random template, use this template up here, and then it's that easy, guys. Just modify this any way you want, put in your brand name, change the color. You can change even the colors here to make it red. You can change the font to make it different. Pretty much anything you want. All then you would simply do is hit download. And once you're happy with what you have, you hit download and you just give it to your supplier. The supplier will put the logo on the product for you. Simple as that. Super easy. Do it on Canva or hire someone on Fiverr or Upwork. Job is done. See you in the next video. What's going on, guys? So, like most things that should be simple and streamlined and straightforward, Amazon likes to add complexity for no reason. So, that's just kind of the way it is. Get used to it if you want to be in this business for a while. But what I'm going to talk about on today's video is variation. So, first of all, what's the difference between a standalone product listing and a listing that has variations? What are maybe some of the pros and the cons of either scenario, and sort of my final consensus on the topic. So here I am at Amazon, and I'm just going to go ahead and search for, let's see, cat t-shirt. Something random, right? So I'm just going to click on this random t-shirt right here. So as you can see on this listing, he or she, whoever is selling this product, has men, women, youth, as well as black, navy, cranberry, pink, and purple colors, as well as all of these crazy sizes, right? All these different sizes. Now, what I want you to understand is that each and every one of these different categorizations is a variation. Okay, so men, women, and youth, these are 3 different variations. These are 5 different variations, the colors. And for the sizing, this is literally I'm not going to even count them, but 15 different variations. So on this one Amazon product listing, he's got, like 50 variations or something. Crazy, right? So on the surface, this seems like it's just one product listing, right? It's like he's selling one product. But no, it's a lot more complex than that. He's actually got about 50 products. Because if you were to look closely, remember how every single product on Amazon has an ASIN number. So that's how Amazon organizes its products on its platform. It's like Amazon's unique barcode system. They're called ASINs. And if you recall, you can find them up here in the search address URL. It's always the number starting with B, or you can scroll down the page and usually find it right here as well. So what I want to highlight to you is each own unique product has its own unique ASIN. So for example, if I go to men and I stay on this black color, you see the ASIN up here? B07. This can get quite complex as far as a management standpoint. Now, this is surely not a typical product that you would sell. I don't really advise that you sell t-shirts on Amazon, as an FBA type product. But this is an extreme example. Let me try to find you a little more relevant example to you. So let me go with, let's go with fishing lures. I just typed in fishing lures, and let's click on this guy. So this is a good example. This is a standalone listing. So what this person has done is it's a set. It looks like a set, right? They have several different pieces within the same set, 275, and they sell it as one product. So even though this guy is selling 275 different pieces of equipment inside of this one product tackle box, it is still one ASIN number according to Amazon, because he inputted this listing when he created his new product as one singular product with no variations. And he made a good decision, because it would have been a tremendous hassle to manage all the different variations, and it just adds unnecessary layers of complexity. And so look, he's got one ASIN number for all these different products. That's a good example right there. Let's find one of sort of just a listing example with a few different variations. Well, for the sake of our course, why don't we go back to our friends who sell these workout gloves. So, perfect example. This is a standalone listing, but it's not, right? This listing actually has variations. It has size variations. So it's got 5 different variations. So this one listing has 5 different variations, and one thing I want you to take note of. Okay, remember how So if every unique product on Amazon has its own unique ASIN number, watch what happens. So you see right here. So why don't I select the extra small? Do you see up here this B0 number? This is the ASIN number of the extra small size. Okay. What if I switch it to small? The number changed. Okay, because this is its own separate product. Let's go to medium. The ASIN number changes again. Okay, that one ends in 806. Let's go to large or extra large. The ASIN ends in BPO. So as you can see, what seemingly looks like one product to the customer who's going to buy this, for you, the seller, it's actually going to be 5 different products that you're going to have to sell on the same listing. And I just want to point this out to you. What is my preference? My preference has for the foreseeable future will always be standalone product listings. And it's for a variety of reasons. Standalone listings have, first of all, they're much easier to rank. Okay, that's got to be the number one. Number two is there's no confusion for the customer. They're never going to accidentally order the wrong size. My return rate's going to be much lower. That would be number two. Number three is Amazon can always occasionally mess up your inventory organization within the warehouses. So if a customer orders the small, there's a very slight chance Amazon will send them a medium. Again, that kind of goes back to having less refunds, less returns, less customer service headache by sticking with the standalone. One of the great benefits of variations historically is the fact that normally they share reviews. So if you get a bunch of reviews for your extra large and you have no reviews for your small, it doesn't matter because they share the same reviews. That's very helpful for obvious reasons, but what I have been noticing with my own products and with other products that have variations is Amazon is slowly cutting that they're cutting that out. So they're transitioning to every single individual unique variation needs to generate its own reviews. They won't be shared among the other ones, which totally sucks for us. That is the kind of the reason that pushed me over the edge into really not trusting or liking variations. I do not like variations. It's my personal opinion. I'm sure there's other people out there that disagree with me. I have had a much harder time ranking products with variations, and a lot more customer service headache, a lot more unnecessary complexity, and trust me, everything is easier if you operate standalone listings. That's my experience, that's my opinion. Again, this is my course, so I'm going to give you the straight answers on what I think. You might hear something different from some other quote-unquote guru, and that's totally fine. You can decide for yourself, but I just want to educate you on what variations are, the pros and cons, what I think in the long run is the better option, and I think I have conveyed that pretty clearly in the video. Hope you found it useful, and I'll see you on the next one. What's up, guys? Thanks for coming back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get ungated for a product category. So there is a small chance, depending on which product category you decide to go with, that Amazon will not allow you access to list a product in that category right off of the bat. Now, in that situation, we need to do what's called ungating ourselves. So you can reach out to Amazon manually and ask them. You can try to do it yourself, or you can actually hire third-party services who can specialize in this service and do it for you. Now, I'm going to show you how to do it yourself, and this way works for most categories. And if it does not work for you, I'm going to show you a service that I have seen a lot of people use. Now, full disclosure, I've never used this service. I've never had an issue with ungating or sold products in categories that were restricted. So You can use the service at your own risk. I don't think anything bad will happen. They seem to be legit and have a good success rate. But anyway, I'm just going to share it with you regardless. Let me show you how to do it manually. And this works for most categories. So I'm on the Add a Product page on Amazon. And all I did was up here in the top left, I moused over Catalog and hit Add Products. So we're at the Add a Product page right now. And what you want to do, so let's say you want to sell in the beauty category, for example. I believe beauty will be gated for you by default when you first make a new account. That's one of the gated categories. What you want to do is come over to Amazon. I don't know if this is a hack or if Amazon intended it to be this way. All I know is I discovered it a few months ago, and when I found out that it worked, I literally just hurry up it and got ungated for every single category possible. Just why not, right? So what you guys will notice is once you go and grab an ASIN, so I'm just going to go over here to this face cream that I just looked up on Amazon, and remember the ASIN number up here. I'm just going to snag this and copy it, and back over here I'm going to enter it and hit search. So as you can see, right, it comes up with our product right here. And the important thing is this link right here, listing limitations apply. Now, we have no interest in actually selling this exact product or this brand because we're actually going to private label our own brand, right? But this is for the purposes of actually getting approved to sell in the same category as this guy right here, because, if you figure out exactly which category you need to be selling in, you just simply take a competitor who is already in that same category, you put in their ASIN right here, hit search, then you're going to come down here to this listing limitations apply, hit this button, and you'll see you need approval to list this ASIN. Now, we don't care about getting approved to list this exact ASIN for all the reasons I just explained, but I believe that this is the option that's coming up for me because I am already approved to sell beauty and topical creams on this account. So it's my estimation that you'll see you need approval to list in this category. Now, if you don't, then just simply keep playing around with it and come back to Amazon and just keep inputting different types of skin creams. Trust me, you will get the desired result. Now, I'm not going to hit request approval right now, but once you do, it can literally just be instant as far as you getting approved for a certain category. I mean, that's crazy. I discovered this a few months ago, and I'm going to show you. Once you get approved, you can come up here. You see manage your selling applications. I'm going to go ahead and click this so I can show you guys. So as you can see, I discovered this trick in March, like March 8th, around there. Just randomly playing around, I discovered it. And actually February maybe. But anyway, I was able to go out and immediately get approved to sell all these. And I mean, the list doesn't have to end there, guys. I mean, I was randomly just playing around with being able to sell Apple, Dyson vacuums, why not? GoPro, Nike. You can literally get approved to sell any brand you want. And more importantly, what we're focused on right now is these subcategories and categories right here. But subcategories like sports nutrition, sometimes it can be a pain to get approved for. Topicals is notoriously a complete pain in the butt to get approved for, and I was able to do it instantly, literally instantly. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that this is going to work for you because this account is seasoned, meaning that, it's been in Amazon's ecosystem for a couple years, so they sort of favor seasoned accounts more than brand new accounts. I will say this, however, why not try? You might have a brand new account, but I can guarantee you that hopefully some of these things could get approved for you, and it's just going to save you a whole lot of time and a whole lot of frustration. That's why I'm sharing this little hack that I discovered way back in February of this year. So if you If this doesn't work, or if this is somehow over your head or in any way and you don't want to deal with it, then there are services out there that can ungate categories for you. The most common one, and the one I've heard best results from, is called the Funnel Guru. I'll have a link for it in my resource list if you want to check it out. But I've never actually used it. I'm just letting you know. I've never had an issue with ungating. I've never sold in products that are restricted, or in categories rather that are restricted. So I don't, again, I don't have experience with this with any sort of service, but I will recommend you the Funnel Guru ungating service if you need it. So that's that, guys. That's a crazy useful hack that I just shared with you, and I hope that you can truly see the value. And yeah, enjoy, and I will see you in the next one.